What up? Y'all hear that theme music, you see these beautiful faces. We are the Let's Get Canceled podcast. I'm your boy, Thommy With An H. I'm the voice of the people. I speak for y'all.
And I'm your boy, Big Tech Dog, your favorite friendly, lovable loudmouth. Hey, yo, cousin.
What up, cousin?
You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get canceled.
All right, y'all. So on tonight's episode, we had a national championship game that took place on Monday, and I got a little bit of something to say from Tallahassee. But also, cause you mentioned there were some money situations that was going on with one of our previous topics.
Yeah, man.
So you're gonna get a chance tonight to fill me in on what's happening on that side of the world. But before we get started with any of that, cuz how's life? How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm good, brother. Like, I'm living. We trying to keep things moving over here. You know what I'm saying? Working on a couple of things. Got a couple irons in the fire. But same old, man. How about you?
Man, everything over this way, man. Got a chance to go hang out with the family over the weekend. Got to see my nephew and nieces. Got to see my sisters. Came back down. So yeah, it's been a good little time. But now it's time to lock back in, get things done for our cancer fam. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, everything's good. And before we move on, go ahead and give them the spiel.
Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate everything that y'all are doing for us. We love y'all to death. Y'all have no idea, man. So if you are enjoying what you're doing, make sure that you hit that like, subscribe to us and all of our content. Make sure you hit that bell notification on YouTube so you are notified every single time that we go live, so you don't have to worry about missing out on anything that we have to put out. And it's always for y'all. It's just for y'all. Also, man, if you like what you're seeing over here on the Facebook and the YouTube, you can also find us on all of your audio podcast streaming platforms on tomorrow. Every Thursday, man, we come in and we have all of our podcasts is uploaded there for your audio podcast. So anywhere that you get your audio podcast, you can find us there. All right. And I was trying to show y'all the different places that we're at, but apparently it's trying to give me some problems right now. It's not going to show it to you. But I did a whole lot of work to find it too. But it's all good though, because we live, baby. That's how we do it.
Hey, we live. So hopefully
if
you
in
can
the
see
chat,
us on hopefully they can see us on Facebook. I'm trying to find it on Facebook, but I don't know how to work Facebook properly. So I don't know if it's there or not.
Hey, I saw it just now. It's on there. We there.
Awesome.
We there. Yeah.
Well,
So
what up, y'all?
yeah, so listen, man.
Mm-hmm.
Had a couple things go on that I think
Like
that
I
you
say, on
want to
Monday.
talk about.
On Monday, there was a
Yep.
national championship game on Monday. We had the Miami Hurricanes looking for their sixth championship, and the Indiana Hoosiers looking for their very first. I would like to first say shout out to the homeboy Franco. Congratulations to the Hoosier daddies. Yeah. Yeah. So I want to give a shout out to Hoosier Nation, Hoosiers, but Hurricane fans. I did make a post the other day that got me into a little bit of trouble with some of my Hurricane friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, I meant every word of it. I don't care. 100%. I meant every word of it. I do not care. And what I said was I had a track coach tell me when I was coming up. And I wanted to give this to all of them to put on their hearts and to meet them wherever they were.
Mm-hmm.
Second place is only the first loser. So welcome to the loser circle. You just the first loser, but you are still a loser with us, because what ended up happening was we were on our state run for track, and we had an incident with the baton that got dropped, and we ended up losing the race. So when we left the race, we were down and despondent. So we all just walking back to the bus. And then when they were like, and the first runner-up was, and they mentioned our school, as we're walking to the bus, we looked around, and the only thing that we all said was, oh my God, we're the first losers. It wasn't, we're second place. Every one of us was like, oh, we're the first losers. And we beelined our way back to to go get our second place medals.
But no, y'all ran back to go get your first place
We
loser
went back to go, those first place loser medals. Exactly. We ran back to go get it. So Hurricane fans, hold your heads high. But from a Seminole, it felt like I won that game. And again, watching your rival lose feels like winning. I don't know how petty that is of me or how insane that is, but it really did feel like we were winning by watching them. And the fact that they came so close there. And
bro, listen, that should have been like that game had the potential to be a special thing.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
It was gonna be the Vince Young against Ohio State. Versus the Texas versus USC. It was gonna be the Florida State comeback versus Auburn. Like it was gonna be one of those upper echelon games. If you could come back and get that win, but unfortunately,
because you gotta remember that first half of that game was trash. Miami looked like straight trash, and I was just like, this is why I don't intently watch sporting events and stuff. And then that second half, the only reason I stuck around, I'll be honest with you, the only reason I stuck around was because I heard Miami turns it on in the second half. So them being behind don't really matter. Now, the stats at the beginning of the game were, it's like something like 80%, 90% of the teams that score first had to take a lead in the first half. They win the championship.
In the CFP, right. In the CFP.
So I was like, okay, well, let's see, because if anybody can upset that, Miami can. And they looked like they was about to upset it. And every time, it was like, you almost had it.
Right. You got to be quicker
time.
than that. Every single time. Like that was where I was sitting there. I'm sitting there watching. And then once I saw the quarterback, and I think it was the ultimate FU to Miami to have a quarterback that grew up like 2.5 miles from your stadium.
Oh, yeah.
That wanted to be on your team. You wouldn't even let him come and walk on. You told him, no, you can't even come here you can't even pay us to come and play for us. And then I go all the way around the world to end up back at the crib to play the guys who didn't want me for a championship game. And then here's the other kicker. The kid that caught the game-winning interception. His uncle was on the 2001 Miami team that lost to Ohio State. Oh. His uncle was the guy who committed the pass interference that cost them that game. Once again,
right there, sir, is poetic justice, is what that is.
And he said he grew up wanting to be a Hurricane. They did not want him, so he took himself around the world. So what I'm learning from these moments is sometimes you have to take a look at these kids that hang around you. It's kind of like Benny Blanco from the Bronx. You remember in the movie where, what was the name of the dang old movie? Benny Blanco from the Bronx. It was an Al Pacino movie. Crap. But he was mean to the kid. The kid was like, man, what you should do is actually kill me now. And he did, and he came around at the end of the movie and ended up killing him. Benny Blanco from, I cannot remember the name of this movie, but oh man, I watched it so many times.
Oh, Carlito's Way.
Carlito Brigante, huh? Yeah. it's that Carlito situation where you should have taken me on or you should have killed me. Don't leave me, don't let me hang around and come back because what's gonna end up happening is you're gonna have a game-winning drive and I'm gonna come and take this bitch from you.
So what you're saying is that when radio show up and he want to be on the team, at least let him suit up.
At least let him suit up, man. You see, Rudy even got a sack.
Rudy got in there, yeah.
But speaking of sacks, speaking of sacks, the quarterback.
That's a terrible segue. That's a terrible segue.
but the quarterback here again, Mendoza, a Miami kid, laid his body on the line for his team. And then he had something to say after, and I know you have that. We got that clip together.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Look, I'm gonna play what he said. It's hilarious. It's hilarious, y'all. Here. Watch this. Watch this. Oh, wrong one.
Like, share, subscribe. Y'all like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe. Always like, share, subscribe. Do. Here you go.
A chance to win the game.
How did you get it in there, though? You had to go airborne, Fernando.
I had to go airborne and I'll die for my team. Whatever they need me to do, they need me to take, shots from the front and the back, whatever it is, I'm going to die for my team out there. And I know they're going to do the same for me.
Yowzer, yowzer, yowzer.
Wait, what did he just say? Hold on, let's see what he said. What did he say?
How did you get it in there, though? You have to go airborne, Fernando.
I had to go airborne and I'll die for my team. Whatever they need me to do, they need me to take, shots from the front and the back, whatever it is, I'm going to die for my team out there. And I know they're going to do the same for me.
And you mentioned this to me earlier. When you heard that, what immediately came to your mind?
Let me explain something to y'all, man. I was at my house. Hey, shawty doo-wop. So I was at my crib and I was just sitting there. I'm watching the game. Like most of you fellas, if you weren't sitting in your living room watching it, you were laying at the foot of your bed watching it on the TV in your room. I already know that. All right. This man, when I get to the end of the game and I see that was a phenomenal play, by the way. This ain't taking nothing away from that play. However,
that play was amazing.
When he said that it's late at night, everybody's asleep in my house. I, to myself, out loud, I went, "Hey, yo, pause." It was horrible. I was like, I cannot believe I can't believe he just said that out loud. And it was the greatest thing ever and the worst thing ever, because I'm like, I know for a fact this is gonna make it on the show. Right? So I'm like, this nigga here, hey, yo. He said,
that was
wait, I gotta do
immediate reaction.
Can I do it one more time? I want to play it one more time.
Go ahead. Play that.
We're gonna play it one more time.
How did you get it in there, though? You have to go airborne, Fernando.
Hey, stop. She said, how did you get it in there?
How did you get it in there?
Here you go. We're gonna play it again. Here we go.
How did you get it in there, though? You have to go airborne, Fernando.
I had to go airborne and I'll die for my team. Whatever they need me to do, they need me to take, shots from the front and the back, whatever it is, I'm going to die for my team out there. And I know they're going to do the same for me.
Bruh.
That was rough.
Bruh,
Pause.
that was
rough. Pause.
And this before we
said,
please
pause, sir. Pause, sir.
But that just leads me over to and I told you I was gonna have a segue. And I think I gave one, but I'm gonna give you it just takes me to some man laws, man.
Yes.
There's certain things you just, again, around grown men, we just can't say. And
taking shots from the front and back.
If y'all need me to take shots from the front or the back, you can't say that around the homies, man. You
and I'll clip that right there.
Do that.
Yo.
That's like going to a man and be like, "Hey, bro, you smell good."
Yeah, no,
exactly.
Bro.
Exactly.
Hey, let me tell you like this. That young man, I'm telling you now, he's a true Cinderella story. You know what I'm saying? He's the Heisman Trophy winner. He's a phenomenal quarterback, and he proved that on the stage that night. And also, forever, I don't care. He go to the league when he retired. Forever. If his friends are anything like us, he will never, ever live that down. Ever. All right?
Because I'm calling in the middle of the night, "Hey, bro, I need you to take it from the front and the back."
Whoa.
I need you to take it, bro.
Yo,
from the front and the back.
That's horrible. Pause, nigga. Pause. But that was hilarious.
Yeah,
but it was overall it was a good game. I think that I like the college playoffs, like college football playoffs. To me, right now, are probably better than the Final Four. Probably better than the college basketball playoffs. And I'm a basketball fan over football for the most part. But the games themselves, I like that.
Yeah, and I'm okay with the way that the playoff expanded itself to include some folks. I was picking on Miami because I felt like Notre Dame had a better resume than they did, and they were talking trash about how Notre Dame decided they didn't want to go to any bowl game, and they were bitching and moaning. But I'm pretty sure Miami would have done the exact same thing had they not made it in. And for them to be on the cusp of not making it in, you're damn near the last team to get in and to make it to the final game. It's gotta hurt you that much more that you didn't fucking win.
Hey, that's the FSU talking. That's the FSU talking. That's the FSU talking.
Oh, it's gotta hurt even that much more to make it all the way to the door. And as my cousin Shantae has been playing since Monday, 99 and a half won't do.
That's hilarious.
Kane just went running.
That's hilarious. You got problems.
But also that night, I had a friend of mine who broke one of my man laws because he decided at the age of 40 that I'm switching to be a Miami Hurricane fan. During the game, he decided he was going to be a Hurricane fan.
Is he a Hurricane? Like, all right, so is this now the Hurricanes are my team, or is this a Florida team versus?
Nope. Hurricanes are my team now.
What?
Yeah.
What up?
Yeah, so that became the ill moment in the chat. I was like, oh, well, y'all got to let him in because we have been talking about this young man forever. He's not a fan of any team. He's a bandwagon guy. And then he came in and
then he knew what he
the
do.
Hurricanes. He jinxed the hell out of them, and them guys are upset. But yeah, that's again, you got to pick man law. You got to pick your team like at childhood, damn near. You can't be picking teams at 40 like that. You just cannot do it. But once again, y'all know Leo. Leo decided he was gonna pick.
No, it wasn't Leo.
Leo decided he was gonna pick a team at age 40. Yeah, that man law broken. So yeah, the guys were a little upset with that part. But again, congratulations to Indiana. Bravo's up there. I think Harney D's up there in Indiana. Some of my homeboys out of the chat. So congratulations to you guys. Franco, once again, man, you've been struggling for a long time, and look at you now. Look at you. King Lee got to pick a side, bro. You got to pick a side. But yeah, man. So that's that. Now, moving on to our main topic of tonight.
Before you do it,
mm-hmm.
I have a question to ask you. So we've touched on this subject before, mm-hmm. and I want to get your take on it. What is your take off the top? If y'all see the topic, we talk about more money, more problems, right? For preachers. Mm. So what is your take on preachers getting money in general as a preacher from their preaching or from their notoriety from preaching? What is your take on that?
Now that's something that I've always had to champion against.
Against preachers getting money?
Yeah, man. Like, if you got a word from God, get a word up. Get a word. Like, if somebody tells you, hey, I'll pay for you to come and preach at my church, like, just come preach. Give me some gas money, make sure I get there and get back home, make sure I have some money to lay in my head. But if I got a word, if God is supposed to be providing a word for y'all, and if God put something on my heart to tell y'all, y'all shouldn't have to pay for it.
Nigga.
Yeah, we can put. I can record it right here on my phone and send it to you.
Nigga.
I'm just saying. That's.
I don't agree with that at all.
And see, because I'm pretty sure you're one of them church musicians that call it a gig too. You're one of them, huh? Because you got a gift. You see,
a job is a job, regardless of what the
job.
It is. It absolutely is. It absolutely is.
It shouldn't be a job. It should be a calling. And just like preaching, it should be the calling.
If you're doing what was right, your job is your calling. How else are you going to make a living?
No, to work for God.
Yeah,
Jesus ain't make no money. Jesus ain't make no money.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Jesus walked around. Jesus walked around.
And people
that nigga Jesus hired fishermen. Exactly. They didn't give him no money. They took care of him.
He went out there and said, "Hey,
that nigga
you want to get some fish? Bow on this side,
Follow
homie.
me.
And they
Follow
did that.
me.
They were like,
And
oh,
them
snap. We ride with
So
this
now,
nigga.
so now they got boats and everything. Jesus out there on the boat go crazy. Niggas fall off the boats. He walking around in the middle of the ocean. This nigga got fisherman. I'm gonna make you a fisherman.
Let me ask you a question.
You a fisher.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. Where it came from?
That little boy.
So
That
the
little boy.
currency of the time,
That
the
little
currency
boy
of the era, the
was
currency of
gold,
the era.
frankincense, and myrrh was the currency of the time. Not a fish fry.
the
That's why y'all church
currency
don't
of
have
the day.
fish fries so much, huh? Because you're 2 fish. God dang it, I'll put it together. But
Look
that
here.
young man had
Look.
his lunch, and he was like,
Right.
well, everybody out here hungry. Bring it here, and I'm going to make sure everybody good.
Look,
It wasn't
here's the problem.
those 2 fish were not a payment.
Your problem is that I agree with part. I think I agree with the spirit of what you're saying, but not literally. Here's the thing.
Right.
I don't believe that a preacher should say, you can't afford me, so I'm not coming to preach for you at your church to your people. I don't believe in that. However, I do believe that a preacher should make money, especially if their vocation is preaching. Like, so if all you do is my job right now, I'm in social services.
Mm-hmm.
My job is to help people who are less fortunate. That's my job. I get a check every 2 weeks for that. You understand what I'm saying? I also feel like it's a calling because I've been equipped with certain gifts to be able to do certain things that help God's people. Now, because I help God's people, I can guarantee you if my job don't got my check every other Friday, they're not going to have me the following Monday. You follow what I'm saying? So
I hear you.
it's a job, it's a ministry of sorts, it's a calling, it's all three. So if you're a preacher and your job is to preach the gospel, and then you decide that God has called me to do this full time, there is no other way for you to be able to live to complete your calling if there isn't a price tag connected to it.
What you need to go do is get a job during the day, and then you come and preach on these weekends, or you come and preach and you take your
But
days
a pastor,
off. Like everybody
pastor
else
ain't a
does.
weekend job. Pastor ain't a weekend job. You know this
You
better than
said
most.
preach. You didn't say pastor. You said preach. There's a difference between being a preacher and a pastor.
True, but preaching ain't just a
And there's
part-time job either.
a lot more of these preachers out there who all they do is go around and take money from each of y'all. These
They
evangelists,
call it
and all
itinerant
they do
preachers.
is-
You're right.
and all they do is go around and collect checks for giving a word that God gave to them.
Yep,
And
and
it's
the Bible
specific
does
to-
say freely that if you received it, freely you should give, or something like that. But it also says a workman is worth his whatever. You know what I'm saying? Don't have me quote Bible. I don't. I'm good, but I
Right,
ain't
we're
that
gonna get ourselves in trouble.
Yeah, I'm gonna get myself in
but,
trouble.
But that's just right. But that's just my take on it. However, I know that the occupation exists,
Right.
and I also know that a lot of times when it's the occupation, not all the time, not most of the time, but a lot of times when it's the occupation, it's a hustle.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's a lot. It's a lot more than I would like, and even 2 is more than I would like. But still, it's a lot more than I would like. And for that to be the hustle, I don't like that being the hustle. I'll say that much. I don't like that being.
And I'll agree with you on that. Here's the problem. We've got one person in particular, right? And we talked about this man before. He's not a stranger. And I'm having a problem with this. So we just gonna talk about him. Y'all know who Brian Carn is, don't you? Y'all done heard of this nigga before. Brian
We
Carn,
talked about him before.
We did talk about Brian before. And it's sad that we have to bring him up again. Brian Carn's in a little bit of tax trouble.
Well,
Brian Carn back in 2015 was he claimed that he made a certain amount of money. He said he made and I'm gonna, for y'all who don't know, I'm reading from the official Office of Public Affairs for the U.S. Department of Justice, right? And I'm gonna read this to you. Says this is the Jacksonville minister pleads guilty to tax crime. This is the official press release. We're not talking about some website from somebody who telling us what they think he did and all this other
Right.
stuff. I am
It's
reading.
not us telling this story.
Right. I am reading from the official Office of Public Affairs. This is their official press release on this matter. A Jacksonville minister pleaded guilty today to obstructing the IRS's efforts to collect his tax debts. According to court documents and statements made in court, Brian Carn Jr. operated a ministry under various names, blah, 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 blah. In 2016, Carn filed his tax return for 2015 that properly reported that he earned more than $1.4 million in income and owed more than $600,000 in taxes. So for all of y'all who keep talking about how much money you want to make and you're a millionaire, you ain't paying that kind. You ain't paying $500,000 or more in taxes. You ain't making that kind of bread. Let's be real. All right. Now, he did not, however, pay those taxes. And instead came up with a scheme to deceive the IRS. A few months later, when the IRS attempted to collect his unpaid taxes, including by placing liens on his properties and attempting to levy his bank accounts. Side note, we are able to go into the Duval County public records and see all of those tax liens on his properties. According to the Duval County tax records, the latest lien was 2021, I believe, and that lien was for, drum roll please, $578,900 for a tax period ending 12/31/2016. So now back to this. Excuse me. And we're going to get into this in a second. So instead of paying his taxes, when they tried to levy his bank accounts and place liens on his property, Carn amended his 2015 tax return and falsely removed nearly $1.3 million in income that he had previously reported. For those of you who are a little slow, that means that he said, I made $1.4 million. They said, okay, well then out of that $1.4 million, you owe me $600,000. He went, oh, actually, I only made $100,000. He's removed $1.3 million. You understand what I'm saying? $1.3 million in income that he previously reported. To accomplish this, Carn hired a new accountant and provided him with fictitious, backdated employment agreements that provided for an annual salary of around $120,000 and an annual parsonage allowance of $24,000. That's for a household that you get that parsonage allowance for. If you're a pastor or something like that, you can claim that $24,000 for living expenses of a parsonage, kind of like if you're a church or whatever, right? Carn represented to his accountant that this was all the income he earned for the year. Carn represented third parties on credit applications, financial account openings, and lease applications, and otherwise knew that the income he actually earned far exceeded the purported salary in the employment agreement provided to the new accountant. Here's the kicker. In the following years, operating under the premise of a fictitious employment agreement, Carn filed a series of other tax returns that drastically underreported his true income. But in 2020, he stopped filing tax returns, despite continuing to earn income by using ministry funds to pay for personal expenses. This is where he tied in his church. He decided everything that I get now, I'm not going to purchase it. The church is buying it for me. So if I want a new car, that car is not in my name. That car is in the church's name. If I need a new this or new that, the church is purchasing that and gifting it to me. You
So
follow?
he is laundering his money through the church.
Kind of. Because
he doesn't take cash back out the back door.
Right.
Or does he take cash out the back door as a gift from the church?
I don't know, but I mean, according to the other dude, if he loves his church, he would die for his church. If they need him to take shots from the front of the back. So here's the thing. Finally, when the IRS was trying to collect the outstanding taxes, Carn made a number of false representations and material omissions to the IRS to conceal his assets and income. Carn's obstruction caused a loss to the United States of between $550,000 and $1.5 million. Carn faces a maximum penalty of 3 years in prison. Assistant Attorney General A. Tyson Duva of the Justice Department's Criminal Division made the announcement. IRS Criminal Investigation is investigating the case. Assistant Deputy Chief David Zisserson, and Trial Attorney Max Wilner Girick of the Criminal Division Tax Section are prosecuting the case with the assistance of the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Middle District of Florida. Now, somebody said, I wonder if he has a G-Wagon like these YNs. Stop it. We ain't gonna talk about that right now.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen it riding around Duval. I haven't seen it. I'm gonna go look for it.
Now, here's the thing that I wanted to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Carn has responded to this. He pleaded guilty to the charges. Not only did he plead guilty to the charges, he has made comments about what took place and why he pled guilty. Before we get to his comments, you tell me, what is your initial take on this when you hear there's another preacher in trouble over money that is at least partly tied to the church?
That was the thing. Initially, I was listening to it and hearing it, and it was like, oh, he just crept some money, decided he was going to keep something from the church. So I didn't have a problem with that because that was his own personal funds. Now that I'm looking at it and seeing that he was giving money to the church and then taking it back out, that kind of, or using it as gifts to him from the church, that right there kind of gave me a little bit of pause. And I don't agree with that part. And that's what kind of bothers me with how we deal with church stuff. Yeah. This is why they consider us the criminals, because you decided to push it through the church to give you something. Now, if you're out doing, and again, I think he was on some television shows with TBN and that sort of thing back in the day, and he was getting checks in. So this has nothing to do with your church. This is just you being an independent contractor and you decide not to pay your taxes. Yeah, it's shady. Yeah, it's criminal, all that good stuff, but it has nothing to do with the overall church. The fact that you incorporated this into the church to launder this money, that part right there is like, come on, bro. Like that's not the thing to do.
Let me. I'm gonna play for you what he said. All right, and I'm gonna try and play this. Let me go ahead and play this for you.
Mm-hmm.
The Department of Justice. I engaged me an attorney, followed the direction of my attorney. Of course, he gives advice, legal counsel, but he gave me the counsel that was best. And I believe in the multitude of counsel, there is safety. I was not coerced. I was not bribed. I was not manipulated. In it of my own volition, I made the choice to plead guilty. And I did that because I want to start 2026 taking responsibility for anything that I have done wrong. And I made it my business to do that this year.
Now, before we go any further,
Mm-hmm.
why do preachers, no matter what they talking about, bro, they always got to have the preacher voice on, like, God said that. Now, in his defense, he sound like that all the time. I ain't never heard the nigga talk. It didn't sound just like that. But
he goes on this long-winded introduction trying to get you to tune out and not actually hear what he's going to say. I'm guilty. Like, you could have just said I was guilty.
Right.
Or
I did it.
Let's see how far he goes with this.
I'll play some more.
Yeah.
I want to face it. So that's what I'm doing. I am taking responsibility and saying, no matter whether I knew better or not, no matter whether I was skilled or not, no matter whether I had understanding or not, none of that matters. At the end of the day, to whom much is given, much is required. And I want to take this opportunity to communicate to every preacher, every man, woman, boy, or girl, any business owner, any content creator, anybody who does business. Handle your business. Don't put anyone in place to handle your business for you. You handle it. You know what's going on with your life. Yes, you're anointed. Yes, you're powerful. But calling doesn't cancel competence.
That was a good line. That's a bar. That's a bar. Calling doesn't cancel competence. I mean, it's got alliteration. It's got everything. It was great.
Yeah, it's a bar.
The thing is, you got to understand, this man and what I have to, whether it was honest or not, whether he's being manipulative or not, what we ask for from preachers all the time is if you were wrong, say I was wrong and it's my responsibility. Stop trying to shirk responsibility and put it on anybody else. Now, this is a clip. This was pulled from his live. Like, he went live on his platform and he spoke directly to the camera. I can't really blame him. Like, I mean, I can blame him. What I can't say is that on his platform and all the other interviews that I've heard him do, I've heard like 2 or 3 other ones, I think. And every one of them, he's saying, I'm not blaming nobody. On one of them, he said, it wasn't the devil. It wasn't sin. It wasn't this. It wasn't that. It was me. I messed up. And I gotta respect that. Whether he's being honest and transparent is another thing. But I have to respect the fact that he didn't try and put it on nobody else. He didn't say my accountant screwed me. He didn't say the government's got a hit job out on me. He said, I didn't do what I was supposed to do.
And you know why? Because apparently they have it documented, as discussed in that initial thing that you were reading, that he hired a new accountant and provided him with the bad information. So it's not that my accountant did anything to me. It's the fact that when you gave us this initial number, we told you how much you owed. You went and hired someone else that you could try to commit a fraud against us with. Like, bro, there's no way you can say.
I think and the reason that doesn't stand up
because you had an initial accountant that you gave all of this information to.
Right.
It came back that you owed us over $500,000.
Right.
Then it said he went and got another accountant.
Yep.
And gave him falsified documents. So you went to somebody else who didn't know the truth.
Nope, that requires me to believe that. So here's what I think. This is what I've gathered out of this whole situation. Not particularly. Not wholeheartedly. Out of this whole situation, I think that the truth is somewhere in the middle. The reason I say that is because the government says.
I think the truth is sitting right there on that nigga's lap.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like I'm not saying that he doesn't know the truth. I'm not saying he doesn't know the truth. I'm just saying he's not telling the whole truth, or at least he's not telling everything. And I don't think the government knows the whole truth either. That's what I mean by in the middle somewhere. What I'm saying is that, to me, sounds like y'all hood niggas do the same thing. I'm gonna go over here and get my taxes done over here. That nigga said, oh, so-and-so across town says he could have got me $5,000 more. So because the tax outcome over here wasn't right, I'm going over here. I could see I ain't never had $1.4 million. Stop.
How you try to hide? That's the thing. How do you try to hide $1.3 million?
Because if a tax professional tells me, like, hey, really and truly, think about it. You used it, and you know that's what they do, because they're gonna get a commission and they're gonna get a cut.
$4 to $100,000.
Yeah. And I'm not saying
ain't that many loopholes in the world, bro.
Yes, there are, nigga. Ask Donald Trump. Ask Donald Trump, nigga. What you talking about? What you talking about? Donald Trump had paid taxes the year.
There aren't that many legal loopholes in the world.
Obviously, there are. He ain't got no tax trouble.
1.4 million ain't billionaire status. You do not get to make them same mistakes.
Right. That's
you do not get to use. You don't get to use. You don't get to use those same.
The playing field is the same. The playing field is the same.
He doesn't even get. You're not even in the same sandbox with them billionaires, nigga. They got other loopholes.
You're right.
You can't drop 1.4 that you showed me. You can't drop 1.4 that you showed me to $100,000.
Obviously,
that's the problem.
Obviously, you can't.
And guess what we gonna do?
You cannot.
And guess what we get to do?
What?
We gonna make you Akon and Styles P, nigga. You're gonna get locked up.
Listen, here's the problem. The problem is that I can see. I'm not saying this is what happened.
You cannot see a $1.3 million disappearing.
Listen, let me finish. Let me finish. I can see, hey, so-and-so told me I owe $600,000 in taxes. And this tax person coming in, wanting your account, saying, hey, I've got a way for you not to have to pay that $600,000. And you go, wait, can you do? Trust me, I got this. Don't worry about it. I got this. Hey, don't worry about it. It's all good. And I can see that happening. The problem is I don't believe that's exactly what happened. I'm just telling you, Everybody's got loopholes.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
If you say I owe $600,000, and then someone say, no, bring me your information, and then I change the information that I gave the first dude and bring you fraudulent information.
That's
not the same.
I'm saying I don't believe that.
That's not the same.
That's where I'm saying I don't necessarily believe.
So somebody told him, hey, if you fabricate evidence, I can do this for you. Just make up some stuff and bring it to me.
If I tell you right now,
he was complicit from the jump. Apparently,
if I tell you right now, hey, you're good. If you say, hey, well, they told me if I spent $50, then I got to pay $25. And I go, well, technically, you didn't spend $50. You'd be like, yeah, I did. I bought a hat and I bought a T-shirt. And I go, well, actually, technically, it's for the show. So the hat, you didn't really purchase the hat. You bought the hat as a business expense. So we're going to write that off. Oh, and the shirt, really and truly, you go, oh, okay, well, I guess that kind of makes sense. And then the IRS come back and go, no, nigga, you wore that hat somewhere else, or you did this and you knew from the beginning. You're going to be like, oh, well, I thought, I heard, and you know what? You got me, whatever. And as an honest person, so if you extrapolate that out, it could be something else. Now, am I saying that's what it is, nigga? Absolutely not. I'm just saying I can see how the shit can happen.
Because that fish don't fry on nobody's stove, bro.
Yeah,
that
dude.
fish don't fry.
Yeah, dude, because I have an LLC right now. Every nigga I know with an LLC will go out and they go sit down and eat. And what they tell you is, as long as we say something about business at this dinner, I can write this off on my taxes. And y'all niggas is at Red Lobster talking about the game. And then you say, oh, and by the way, tomorrow we got a show. And it's a business luncheon. You know what I'm saying? So I see niggas do this every day. So that's why it's not a surprise to me. So that incendiary language, the numbers and the zeros are what makes it look real bad. But really and truly, it's the same thing that everybody does. Now,
no, it's not.
I'm gonna tell you that he doesn't.
You went from 1.4 to 100 grand. There is no way in hell you can make that leap.
Yep. You said that you had. You went down to 10% of what you actually claimed. Give or take. Give or take.
Nigga, you showed it to me first.
Right, and that's what I'm telling you the mess up is. That's where the mess up is. So what I'm saying to you, I'm not saying
which
that
lets me know that you did this intentionally. It's no.
No, it does not let you know it did it intentionally. What lets me know he did it intentionally is him being him, because he's got a track record of just doing other stupid stuff. But when you start trying to give me the language on the DOJ website and say that type of stuff, I am sorry. I sat here and watched Donald Trump go through, and we all know that nigga said I paid it, that nigga said I did it, and that nigga got convicted, and that nigga is the president. So any nigga that decided he gonna do something crazy, you know what? There's got to be a way to get around it, because obviously it has to be, because the tax evading, child predator, the sexual abuser is the president of the United States, about to take on the White House right now. Anyway, sorry, hold on. Wait, what's this?
There's something on the...
Any issue 1099 or W-2 is sent from both sides. The employer must file what they issue to the employee, and same for those who were contracted. If the employee says, hey, Mr. Government, I made this amount of money. And I agree with that. So this is what I'm saying to you. This is what I'm saying. If the thing where I think he got into trouble was they're alleging that he presented false documents of false companies. And it says, then they waited on the employer to confirm, but then amended the return with fake data after signing a return saying it's true. That's right. So this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is at some point he tried to shirk his responsibility. That's not up for debate. It's not up for debate whether or not he did that stuff. What's up for debate, the only point that I'm trying to make is that I can see how him not knowing and going along with somebody else who was shady could help him, could have got him in the situation. And him realizing, now, did he realize halfway through that it was too shady and that this was, I'm into some illegal stuff and keep going? Possibly. Did he do all? Yeah, but do I think that Brian Carn is some mastermind to come up with this whole thing on his own? Absolutely not. That nigga's an idiot.
Because
That
it was
nigga's
so
an idiot.
stupid. It's so stupid to drop from 1.4 to 100 grand. It's so stupid. He was the motherfucker that did it.
It's so stupid somebody else had to be involved. Because ain't no way.
It's so stupid that this dumb nigga did it.
No,
This
dumb
the same,
niggas don't do stuff like that. Dumb niggas don't do stuff like that.
This the same dumb nigga that was with never mind. I'm not even finna bother with this shit.
I know what you're gonna talk about. I know what you're gonna say. He's the same one. He's the same one who had the witch who said something, and he just said it verbatim. Now he had the same look. He had the same mentality I used to have. Like so. I'm not gonna go. I'm a church boy. I'm not gonna go to this place. I'm not gonna go to that place because what would the church people say? And then you start thinking, nigga, if they see me in here, they in here with me, so I might as well go. You understand what I'm saying? It's obvious. It's obvious that he's stupid. Number one, it's obvious that he did something illegal. Number two, and it's obvious that he had some help. Number three. Now, what he did, what I'm gonna say is that he stood he stood up and said, "Hey." They got me. Because honestly, let's be real. He could have just pled guilty and said, I had to plead guilty because they were going to railroad me and they got all these lies, and he would have kept the same followers he got right now. But the fact that he came out and said it's my fault when he didn't have to say it was my fault because he wouldn't have lost nothing by saying it's not my fault, then I gotta applaud that. Now, I don't applaud all the rest of this stuff. The stuff that I'm looking at on the screen over here, look here. The stuff that I'm looking at on the screen over here, I don't applaud that. This is a lot. That's a lot. But I don't applaud that. But what I will say is I have to applaud him standing up and standing on business. You know what, nigga? I'm done. Wait. I'm gonna tell you what I want to do. I'm asking you this, and I'm begging you. I'm pleading with you. I want to put a pin in this because there's a larger topic here. I think we should do an entire show. I think we need to come back and bring Brian Carn to the carpet. We need to bring some of these other we need Creflo Dollar to the carpet. We need some of these other preachers on the up front, and we need to talk about accountability and what kind of accountability we want from our preachers.
Let's do it. I'm down. So we're gonna end this one now?
We're done. I'm done.
All right, y'all. All right, well, y'all, we appreciate y'all being here. I know there was an abrupt end on this evening, and we definitely appreciate you guys, but what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna come back and we're gonna give y'all another part of this, because for me, part two. I think being a criminal and apologizing after you got caught doesn't really move it for me. However, there are some others who have not taken the accountability that TEC sees, and I don't really see this as taking accountability. I just see this as addressing. But again, I'm gonna allow him to have this one for tonight.
Hey, y'all see how that nigga take a shot at me at the end of the show? Y'all see how he take a shot at me at the end of the show?
Because we got a whole nother show I get to smack you around on. So let's do this, man. Let's go.
All right, bet that.
Hey, y'all. Love y'all. Y'all be easy. Love you, boy.
Love you, boy. Peace.